Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day craft project. I'm going to be making some 3D paper heart garlands, so we first need to run to Hobby Lobby to get the supplies. It's a super cheap and easy thing to do. You just need some twine or some kind of string and paper, and you can either cut out shapes or use your Cricut or Silhouette, or even I know you can get like hole punch things, heart shapes or circles. You can make this with whatever shape. I did one of these garlands for Christmas that was in the shape of trees. But before we head to Hobby Lobby, let me give you an update on the seedlings that we planted in the last video you saw. So they have sprouted. This is the orange hat tomato from Baker Creek. Planted some piccolino basil from MI Gardener. I need to give these all some water before we leave. And this one here is also another orange hat tomato from Baker Creek. So I planted these last week and they are sprouting and doing wonderful. So now what I'm gonna have to do is get all of these tall plants off this shelf so I can then lower these grow lights to just a couple inches above, you know, these pots here, so the grow lights can be closer to them. All right, so now let's head to Hobby Lobby. So I just got back from Hobby Lobby and their wicker stuff was on sale, so I picked this guy up, hoping that this plant here would fit inside. So let me grab the tag, get the tag off, and let's see. It's not perfect, but that's all right. I might be able to pot this up into something else too that can go in here a little bit nicer. But I like it. It's cute. And other than that, I bought this little jar here because I'm gonna start making my own toothpaste. Toothpaste is actually really simple to make. It's just baking soda and coconut oil, and then you can add all kinds of other stuff into it. You know, if you wanted whitening, you could add activated charcoal, or you could add, you know, any of the edible essential oils, or xylitol for sweetener. There's a bunch of different options, but the base is simply just baking soda and coconut oil. So I'm gonna do that because I just ran out of toothpaste and I really don't want to be using stuff that has fluoride in it anymore. That's really not good for you. I got some Armor Etch because I'm going to start thrifting some glass items and putting some of my designs etched into the glass on my website. So look out for that. Subscribe to the newsletter on our website because I'm expecting to make some really awesome stuff with this. And then as far as the project today goes, I got 3 different types of paper here. So I just got cardstock in these various purples and pinks for Valentine's Day. And then I got 2 of these little 6x6 inch sheets. It's totally more effective to get the full size 12 by 12, because that's equivalent to 4 of these, and this is only half the price of the other one, but I didn't want to spend $22 for these designs and then $22 for these designs, so this was a pretty good option. This one has, you know, it says distressed floral. It's kind of like an antique-y type of Valentine's Day colors, and then this one has foil, a gold foil on it, and it's just moody floral. So the combination of these 3 things here should make some really beautiful garlands. And then as far as twine goes, I have this twine that has gold in it, and I have the same thing that has silver in it as well. So I might do one with this on the silver, and then this in the gold to match the foil. So the only other items that you need to get started on this project are glue of some kind, or I've seen some people sew these together as well. I'm just going to be using some hot glue today, and then something to cut your shape out of. I'm going to be using my silhouette portrait, but you could use a hole punch, your Cricut, or even just a good old pair of scissors. So what I've done here, sorry about the flickering of the computer screen, but what I've done here is just found any old random heart shape on the internet, and I've copied it into my Silhouette Studios software program, and I made it to the size that I want it. Mine is going to end up being about 2 inches, 2 inches tall and just over 2 inches wide. And now I'm just going to copy and paste these hearts all over the page. So now I have this guy done, and then I have this one done as well. This one represents the size that these papers are, and this one represents what could fit on this paper. So now that I have those all done, I'm going to open these up and put a sheet of paper on one of my mats for my silhouette and get them cut out. And now we just need to make an absolute ton of these out of all the different papers we have. So this step is great to work on while you're cutting, you know, going back and forth between cutting and folding these while the other ones are being cut. So just take your heart and fold it in half, and make sure that whatever your design, if it has a white back, you know, if the design actually has a front to it, make sure you fold the design in. That way when you put them together, you'll actually, you know, see more of the design that way rather than if they were folded the other way. So I just need to finish folding these few right here, and we'll be ready to move to the next step, which is just assembling. all of the different papers that I'm going to be using, and you can use any paper you want, not just like scrapbook paper. You can also use, you know, old books or sheets of music that you find at thrift stores or that you have lying around. So I've got my glue gun heating up over here. So now what I'm going to do is take my string or my twine or whatever you're using and create a loop at one end. So your garland can be as short or as long as you want. You can have a loop on one end, both ends, neither end. You can really customize this to be how you want it. So now that I've got the loop on one end, I'm just gonna start gluing random hearts together, you know, taking one of this design, one of these designs, say this design here, and I'm gonna be gluing them together, you know, like this, kind of folding them in a little bit, and it's going to make this kind of shape with the string in the middle. There we have our first one. Now we're just going to do this in intervals all the way along the string until you get to the length that you want. And you can do them however spaced apart you want. I'll probably start the next one, you know, down here somewhere. And yeah, that's all there is to it. So I've been playing around with how exactly to hold them and what order to glue them in and everything like that. So what I've come up with is take two of them, make sure that they're nice and folded, and put them together like this. So you're seeing both of the back sides. So this is the front, this is the front. So you're putting the backs together. And be careful with this because it is hot, and if your fingers are touching where you touch the glue on the other side, it will burn. So then just put a little bit of hot glue here, right in the center, and then lay your string down, take your other heart, and press it right on there. And then you have something that looks like this. So you can leave it like that. That's a nice look too. Or you can kind of manipulate them a little bit more to be more on their own. In my opinion, this kind of gives it more of like a hot air balloon effect. You know, something like that. I think it's cool though in the same garland to have some of each, you know, that way it gives it just a little bit more depth. So I'm going to continue on. I have cut my string to the length that I want the end product to be. And once I get to the end, you can either tie another loop like the beginning, or I'm gonna be putting on like a crystal or a bead onto the end here. And here is the finished product. So I ended up putting a pink bead on the end. How I did that was just by using this beading needle, which has a large eye, so I was able to get thick twine through there. However, it's really flexible and really small and able to go into the bead's hole. You want to pick a bead that's bigger, that has a bigger hole on it, and it's easier that way, but that did the job no problem. And here it is all hung up. I wanted to just give you an idea of what it would look like once it was hung. You can see all the different beautiful papers on here. I think this turned out lovely. So I hope you guys try this project. It's super simple and really fun to do. You can even get your kids involved. You could use any type of glue, Mod Podge or whatever, you know, super glue if you're not comfortable using hot glue. But if you guys try this project, tag me on Instagram. That'll all be linked in the description below. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. We will see you in the next video. Bye.